Hey guys, what's going on? Quick reminder that the PC team meeting starts in about 10 minutes. We're going live at noon. I got my Loving on Listings heart tie. Check it out, right? Woo! Loving on Listings, right? We're talking about it here in about 10 minutes. See you guys soon. The link is on KW Connect. I believe Warren put a link on the Facebook page as well. Okay. So kwconnect.com. Go to the PC team meeting, click the link for Zoom. See you guys in about 10 minutes. Bye. Hey guys, what's going on? Quick Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking bullshit.
Okay, and
and
then,
so on and so forth.
okay,
So, here it goes with that. Purple again.
You hear us, Anthony?
Yes, sir.
okay, good, good, okay, got it,
No worries.
got it, thanks,
If you need
Chris.
anything, let me know.
Thank you so much, I really
No worries,
appreciate it.
no worries.
Hey, Chris, you like your bag?
Oh, yeah.
Do you? Cause I'm so tired of carrying everything. You like that bag?
Yes, it's been, I have it hugged up with me all the time now.
I know, I've been looking. Where'd you get it from?
I want to say it might have been Red Store or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
How much you pay for it?
It might have been 60, 70 bucks, something like that, but it's a little bit.
60 or 70?
Yeah,
Comes in handy, though, huh?
yeah,
I mean, I carry everything. It's just
yeah,
a
yeah.
pain, really.
It's been a minute since I.
Need a whole table for me.
Red Store.
All right. We'll give it just a minute more. Cody, I'm gonna mute you, okay? All right, so we'll get started so I can be cognizant of everybody's time here in just a second. And then if anybody jumps in, we'll be good to go. I don't know about in Hammond, but in my house it's cold.
It's a little chilly today.
Man. All right, so can you guys see everybody else on the screen or can you just see me?
We see everybody.
Yeah. Everyone but Rhonda.
Does Cody not look like the perfect real estate agent, right? He's got his shades on, one hand driving, right?
Going to his next appointment.
Right, man. He's got the look. All right, so let's jump in. Let's get going. Okay, so team meeting, right? So what I like to start with is numbers to kind of let you know where we're at. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten all of the numbers from the MCA people yet, but I can share with you what I do have. I know for a fact, because these are already done, that we had 8 sales in January and 8 leases. I'm waiting to see if any more come through. Our goals, as we laid out our numbers for the year, was to try to have 10 sales per month in January, February, and March. So we're a little behind in our goal. That's okay, because we're very close. As of today, not having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of our DAs to date, just with the ones that I do have, we have 400 and about 74,000 in volume. We've brought in $15,185, and in agents' pockets, we've put $17,000. We put $17,000 in agents' pockets already. So what does that mean? Just in January, not having all of my numbers yet. So I'm waiting on those other DAs. That means we've already created a capper's worth of money to the market center. Like, that's a big deal, right? That means we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're bringing money into the market center. And more importantly, we're putting money into your guys' pockets, right? So once I get the final numbers from the MCAs, I tell them that I need them by now, so I can do this on Tuesdays, and I don't quite have them yet. So I'll get those to you as soon as I have them. The second part of this team meeting today is I really want to make sure that you guys understand our goals going forward from the team standpoint, because the team goals are based on your guys' goals, right? So our goal is to try to have 10 plus our carryover, right? Sales in February. We've already have some going, but now that we're putting our focus on it, we really can start looking at March, right? If we really start digging in, we could have a bunch of closings in March now that we're focused on it. So what's that challenge? Well, that's part of what I want to talk to you about with Loving on Listings, right? If we take the next 26 days now and really focus on getting everybody a listing, what does that mean? That means come March and April, you guys are all going to get a payday. Like, that's important, right? Everybody wants to make some money. So we gotta dive in. We gotta focus on this. I'm not saying don't focus on buyers, right? Don't mishear me. We want to still focus on our buyers. But our inventory is so low across the board for most price points right now. If you get a listing, you're gonna sell the thing. Right? Chris, your listing was live for 6 days.
6 days.
And you're under contract. Cody, yours was live for like 7 days. It's under contract. Pam's was live for 3 days. It's under contract. We got to get listings so we can get you guys some money.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to use this time to brainstorm with you. What do you need from me and the coaching department to help you feel more comfortable getting some listings? What do you need to work on? What do I need to do a video on? What do we need to do a training on? Tell me what you want.
Anthony, I was trying to do an ad on Facebook,
Okay.
and it wasn't working out for me.
Okay.
So that's what I need help on. I'm ready to spend the money for it, and I have people's listings that came up that told me I could use it.
Okay. So I will do a video on the Facebook ads, right? How comfortable are you with that right now, Austin?
I'm pretty comfortable right now. I mean, like so far, I'd have to look at it, but it's somewhere around 187 people filled out the form.
Okay.
On 4 listings that I advertised, that's total. And a lot of them were wrong numbers and wrong emails that people just wanted to look at it. But I got 103 solid people that have their phone number. Some of them don't like to answer.
Right.
But then some of them I have answered, and I got a couple decent leads on them wanting to buy so far.
Okay. Will you do me a favor? In the chat, will you type in your phone number? And Rita, what I want you to do is I want you to reach out to Austin, because you're going to be able to call Austin today before I'm going to have time to make that video. And he may be able to help solve some of your stuff before I get to the video part. Okay. So there's his number. So make sure you jot down his number. Okay. So I got Facebook video ads video. All right. What else do we want? What else specifically around listings you need? Go, Chris.
So I know y'all have done a class on it, and I missed it unfortunately, but the seller net sheets.
Okay.
Very, it's very helpful for me to be able to sit down and have that conversation with a seller, to be able to tell them what is the bottom line. What are they going to get from, this, and, where the commissions are, and all of these things, to be able to lay that out and be comfortable in that conversation with them.
Okay. Love it. All right. So I wrote down seller net sheet video. So I'll put that together so I can get it out to all of you guys. I will, as I'm making these videos, right? And I'm not, don't mishear me. I'm not trying to get out of having one-on-one conversations. But if I can do the video, send it to everybody, and then have a one-on-one follow-up conversation with Chris or with Steve about specific things, I think it'll be better for everyone. Okay. So when I make a video, It's going to go onto the closed Facebook group and YouTube. Search for Agent 985. So I just put in the chat. I have a YouTube channel, Agent 985 on YouTube, obviously, that I put all of my videos, right? So at any point, like you can go see the Ignite videos, right? I loaded a bunch of the Ignite videos from the last time we did this in 2020. As the videos get done processing each day, I'm going to download those and go upload them onto the YouTube for this go round of Ignite, right? Anytime I make a video of whatever, I go load it onto YouTube, right? So this is another place that you have resource wise. Okay. What else? Who
So
needs
on
what?
that YouTube that you're talking about right there, do you have the CMA?
I don't have one yet, but that's what I thought Chris was doing. I assumed, so I wrote down CMA before I wrote down seller net sheet. So I'm going to go through a CMA as well.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
What else? What do you need? Cody, all right, I'm unmuting you. Hold on, you got to unmute yourself.
Did I
Go.
do it?
You did it.
All right. I think it'd be a good idea to like get everybody together and we can call FSBOs together as a group. Like obviously only one person call them, but like I know when I've done it in front of you and you know messed up or whatever on the conversation, got caught or whatever, and as soon as I got off the phone, you had that instant, you know, advice, stuff like that. That really goes a long way, and it's almost like doing scripts, except you know obviously it's the real thing, but you know you're not nervous when you're doing scripts. You know I'm not nervous at all, but when you're actually calling those people, you're nervous. So that I mean, it feels like that's where you need to really get better at is when it's when it's crunch time. I think if we got together as a group and did it, you know, and then you'd have the feedback from 4 or 5 different people, I think that'd be really good.
I 100% agree with you. And here's the challenge that I would give to everybody on this call. I'm down. I'm down like James Brown. But people got to show up, right? You got to come, right? So Mel put where are we finding the FSBOs? I'll talk about that here in just a second. You got to show up. So people who are in Ignite, the people in the room, I'm still looking at Chris, Michelle, Steve, and Natalie are there, right? Cody was there. You guys are in charge of your time. Why not utilize each other to say, okay, pack a lunch tomorrow. When we get done with class at 1 o'clock, take 30 minutes, enjoy each other's company, eat some lunch, and then from 1:30 to 2:30, make some calls, right? Hold each other accountable. Don't leave. Don't go run into the wind where nobody knows where you are and we can't help and we can't keep an eye on you, right? Get comfortable being uncomfortable, but know that you're in a situation where we all love you and we want to see you succeed. Is that fair?
He's fair.
Don't run away. We want to love on you, right? That's a great idea, Cody. I'm happy to set that up as well, right? I will moderate that next week. I can't obviously do it this week because I'm stuck in my house. To answer Mel's question, where are you finding the for sale by owners? Cody, where are you looking?
Zillow. I just been going on Zillow, and every day I live in Springfield, so I start in Springfield, and if there's any new ones, you know, I call the ones from Springfield, and then I go out, like I go to Hammond, I go to, you know, Covington, Mandeville area, Denham Springs area, just get further and further until I have, you know, whatever I'm looking for that day, you know, 2 or 3 appointments.
Yep. So I just put a bunch of other options up there, right? Get on Zillow, get on Redfin, get on Realtor.com, get on Trulia, get on Fizbonanza, right? That's one you probably don't know about. Fizbonanza. Get on Craigslist, right? They are out there.
So don't you get more, there's more FISBOs than just what's on the MLS?
Yes.
Oh, see, I
Right?
was looking on the MLS and I thought there weren't that many.
No, so the for sale by owners aren't going to put their stuff on the MLS most of the time, right? They're not going to pay an agent to go put them on the MLS.
Right.
So you need to look in all these other places, and this is just for sale by owners. We're not talking about expireds. We're not talking about your
I
sphere, right?
couldn't find the expired, so I don't know how you find them.
So a couple different things, right? So on the MLS, I'll show you, share my screen. Let's go to the MLS. So this is where a little bit of investigative reporter comes in, right? 83,000 things. All right, so on your home page, you've got this market watch. So in the last 24 hours, there's been 52 expireds, right? So here's the list of them, right? Lots in Covington, several in Hammond, right? There's a residential one, right? That's vacant land. This is a duplex, commercial, residential townhouse, right? So a couple things that we can do, right? Number one, you can go look up the address, double check that it's not, that it hasn't been relisted, because it very well could have expired and then immediately went back on the MLS. You also want to check to make sure that it's not a Keller Williams agent. So in this case, Brian is one of our agents. So I'm not going to go search this owner down and call the owner and go, hey, I want to take over your listing. I'm going to call Brian first. He's a Keller Williams agent. We take care of our own, and he happens to be in our office. So I'm going to call Brian and say, hey, Bri, did you know that your listing on Lafitte went expired? And he may not know that. So he's going to go, oh my God, I didn't know. Thanks for calling me. Now I'm going to let him go back and work with his client, right? Good karma out is good karma in. Now, Brian may say, yeah, man, I was just having a really hard time with that seller, whatever. Feel free to call him, bro. I hope he signs with you, because he obviously didn't want to work with me. Great. Now I'm going to call the seller, right? So Brian may give me their contact information, right? Or I'm going to have to do a little bit of investigative reporting, right? So now, if I go to the map on these things, right? If I click on the thing, I can find, well, the owner's name is this. And now I got to start doing some more investigative reporting of where do I find that person's info. There's some apps out there. One's called Ben Verified, BEN Verified. That's one that I use. You can subscribe to the white pages. It's like $10 a month. Or you also, go ahead, Austin.
I was gonna say, and one that I use that that I was told about is truepeoplesearch.com.
Yep. So
That's another place where you can find their contact information.
Yep. And some of it's going to be good contact info. Some of it's going to be like 17 different phone numbers that they've had, and you got to go through all of them, right? And if you get the wrong person, like, okay, hey, I'm looking for Austin. Well, my name's Cody. Well, hey, Cody, I'm Anthony Needs with Keller Williams. I'm trying to track down Austin, but hey, if you have any real estate needs, man, I'd love to help you out. Like, it's a wrong number. Who cares? Ask anyway.
Yep.
And they may go, that's really weird, man. I'm actually looking for a house. Well, God had me call you then, right? And have the conversation. He's like, well, I don't have anybody. Cool. Well, keep my number. If you happen to know anybody who does need something, let me know. And you took 10 seconds to throw yourself out there. right? You can pull up tax information, right? You can go to tax assessors' offices. There's a whole lot of extra stuff that I'll just kind of throw out. I don't want to vomit too much info on you at one time. But you can find expireds there. You also can subscribe to lead generating tools. So for example, I have RedX. So I am in my RedX. Well, here's my list of all my leads that I've gotten right now, right? So I can click on just expireds, but I've got 1,200 leads right now. I can go to for sale by owners, and I got 147 for sale by owners to go through, right? So I also wanted to show this to you. You can choose to pay for leads like this if you want, right? Or, and I'm throwing this out there as an option to my PC people, there's no shot I'm going to get through all of these leads, right? I paid $3,000 for this lead software for the year. You guys don't have $3,000 to throw out at leads, right? If you did, I would throw things at you because I don't want you to do that. For those people who are engaging, for those people who are working hard, for those people who want to do well at this, oh, I got to let some people in. Boom, boom. All right. I'm opening this to you. If you would like to have a conversation with me about how you can start using some of my lead stuff, get with me individually and we'll have that conversation. Okay. So it's another source that you could start going through to utilize, right? But I'm only gonna do that with people who are plugging in, who are doing the thing, right? Because a lead that isn't followed up with is dead money. You don't want to just collect names. The person with the most names at the end and dies doesn't win. Okay, you got to get the lead, follow up with them, do the thing. Okay, Mel asks, "Is this my own CRM?" Kind of, right? It's RedX is a lead source generating system, and it pays to scrub a lot of the leads and get good contact information, etc. Right? It's like Kristen uses Mojo. Mojo's another system, right? Land Voice is another system, right?
There are multiple systems out there for people to use.
Absolutely, but it's a matter of playing that red light, green light with your funds, right? I don't want you, Steve, to go out and spend $300 on, I don't want you to go spend $300 on leads every month for two reasons. One, you haven't made any money in real estate yet, so I want you to be very careful about your money input. And
right.
two, I don't want you to go through and not follow up with them. Like, I don't want you to pay $300 for a list of names that you don't do anything with. So I'd rather get you in the habit of doing it. And then if you so choose to follow up, go for it, right? So Shannon just graduated. Shannon just graduated from PC. And he bought one section of RedX. So he does the geo farming. So he pays like $60 a month just for the geo farming. He goes and draws a circle around the neighborhoods that he wants to deal with, and he gets their information, right? Rita put in there, isn't Mojo like only $50 for one section of it, right? So depending on, there's different tiers. Why was mine $3,000 for the whole year? Because I bought everything. I bought the for rent by owners. I bought the for sale by owners. I bought the geo leads. I did the biggest package they have to be able to have different lead sources for all of you guys in different ways. Does that make sense? Yes. So it comes down to, when you do the math, it's $233 a month, right? I chose to do that investment knowing that my people are going to follow up on it. So it's going to pay for itself. Okay. All right. What else do we need? Right. So we've talked about, I got to go plug my computer in. So I'm going to step off screen for 10 seconds. Austin, will you type into the chat the truepeoplesearch.com so everybody remembers to do that? So give me
Yes.
10 seconds. I'll jump back in.
Hey Natalie, I have a question. Did you get your Supra already logged up? Natalie,
Yeah,
did you get your Supra already logged up? You got a Supra, right?
I have, you know, the subscription to, Jazzrin, but I haven't got, you know,
All right, we're back in business.
the app.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have the
Okay.
app either, so
Sir?
the super app. How do you
Yeah,
get
I
that
don't
app?
have the super app. I need to get it.
So Super App, you need to contact the MLS. So
Okay.
you're going to contact Jizrin in Mandeville. They'll do it over the phone for you. So if
Okay.
you call the Jizrin office in Mandeville, it's $50 to get the app, and it's like $15 per month to
Uh-huh.
maintain it. But
Okay.
that'll allow you to go start previewing homes and all that good stuff.
Okay, good.
All right, so back to listings. What else do you guys need, info-wise, video-wise? What do you need?
My immediate need is just that CMA because someone wanted to sell their property. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Love it. That's going to be my first one. Okay. Jessica, Mel, what you guys jumped on here a little later. What I asked was, what do you need from me, from the PC program in general, to feel more comfortable to go out and get listings? We're really focusing on listings. We're really focusing on listings for the month of February. So Jessica, Mel, what needs do you have?
I need to do a listing presentation. Well, I need to like set up to sit down one-on-one and go through it. And then from there, like use the resources that you guys have listed today on the call to try to find expires or FISBOs or people in the neighborhood who's selling, you know, like get out and actually have those conversations and do the script practice or the what Cody suggested, stuff like that in person.
Yep, I love it. So I was waiting for somebody to say this, and Mel finally did. So I'm gonna share my screen again with you guys, and I want to go into Trello. So for those of you who have not done this yet, you need to make sure that you go look at the Trello board for PC Agent Resources, and under listing resources, there's all kinds of stuff, right? So the first one I'm gonna show you is the Market Center listing presentation. You've got the old Ignite presentations. You've got a seller roadmap. You've got a YouTube link on how to go build your custom YouTube link. No.
Anthony, freeze up.
No, I didn't freeze up. I was answering. Someone's trying to get in. So,
Okay.
so let me go let them in real fast. Let me go let them in. There we go. All right. So now I'll go back to sharing my screen. So the listing presentation, right? I don't know why this is here. That shouldn't be there, but let me move that. I'll move that here in a second. You've got MLS listing input, right? So I've got a link here for when you go to put your listing in. How do I do that, right? Well, the first one I want to show you is Market Center listing presentation. If I click on this, I'm going to open it in a new tab so you guys can see it a little bit better. This is already made for you as a listing presentation. This is the template from Command, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Who saw all of the posts on Facebook this weekend of the top 20% people getting their signs? Who saw those, right? Did anybody see that one of those top 20% was Team Navigators?
Yep.
No.
right? So Team Navigators run by Manly Kazdasu. The head honcho owner of that team is our regional director, former team leader Dawn Kazdasu, right? So they're still in the area. They're one of our top teams in Keller Williams. They're in our top 20%. This is their listing presentation. This is the same one they use. I literally had their marketing person. Dawn paid her marketing person to take their listing presentation and make it for you guys. It's the exact same one they use. It just doesn't say Team Navigators on it. So I say that to tell you this. I don't need you to reinvent the wheel. One of our top teams uses this presentation. Why would you try to do anything else? This one works just fine. So if I'm going on a listing presentation, I'm going to print this bad boy out in color and I'm going to take it with me. Now, you're going to need to practice this. And this is exactly what Mel was just saying. You need to set up a time to practice this. Look at the people on this call, right? I'm so happy that you guys have jumped on here. Get with your people. You got 9 people on this call. Get with your friends, get with your people. Go through this presentation and present it to them to practice. Then get with your coach, whether it's me or Kristen, to go through this presentation with us and try to present it to us and let us give you some feedback on how it went, right? So I'm going to give you some examples. When I meet with somebody, right, I'm going to go through and I'm going to say, all right, Austin, you're on the call. You're unmuted. So you can play with me, right? Because I meet with Austin, I can say, all right, Austin, thanks for letting me come, talk to you about listing your home today. Let me ask you a question, right? Let's cut through all the noise. Besides price of your home, is there anything else that would keep you from listing with me today?
No.
Awesome. Right? Then let's talk about price. Okay? And I'm going to dive into talk about the price. I'm not going to spend 6 hours talking about whatever else. If he just wants to talk price, if that's his sticking point, I'm going to go to price. If he says, well, yeah, I have some questions about marketing or whatever, great. Then I could go through and just specifically talk about those. If you're not comfortable doing that, then go through the process A to Z. Okay. What I don't want you to do in your listing presentations is go through this and be in their house for an hour, hour and a half, get to the end and go, all right, Austin, like, are you ready to work with me now? No. Like, if that's the first time that you've asked them if you're meeting their needs, you just wasted an hour and a half, right? So this is a mindset switch. If the answer is going to be no, you don't want to work with Anthony. I want to get to that no as fast as possible. I'm not trying to get you to yes. I'm trying to get you to no. Because if you don't want to work with me, I want to know in the first 5 minutes if possible, because then I can go. Well, cool. I really appreciate your time. Good luck. I'm out. I'm not trying to massage you into some sort of yes where I'm look into my eyes. You're going to list your house. No, if you don't want to list it, cool. Like, let's roll. Somebody else does. Okay. So progress wise, and I'm going to go through this at 3:30, right? So this is what I'm going to talk about at 3:30 is this listing presentation and what the flow might look like for this presentation, right? So there's my teaser for you to get on the call at 3:30. Anybody have any questions on this so far?
No, great input.
Okay. What else do you guys need? What else do you got to work on? What else do we need to focus on for February so we build that confidence for listings? Jessica, you got anything? Jay, you got anything?
No.
Okay. Here's what I haven't heard. Scripts for getting listing appointments. How do you get that appointment? Right? So you guys have been doing like the new new to real estate Ford script, right? That's what we focused on yesterday in Ignite. Well, that's only going to get you so far, right? That's for your sphere. The only way, listen to me, the only way that you're going to feel comfortable talking to a for sale by owner is having some idea of what you want to say and then making the calls more than once so you practice it. Right? That's the only shot. So you got to go on to Trello, go to that MREA scripts, click on the for sale by owners and start going through some of those scripts. Practice. Show up to script practice. I don't have script practice set aside right now because we have Ignite and we're doing scripts in there. When we go to script practice tomorrow, if you really want to start working on for sale by owners, take the time today, go to Trello, get into the for sale by owner scripts, find a couple of them that you want to practice with. And now I'm partner with Steve tomorrow for script practice for 30 minutes. And I say, hey, Steve, I really want to do a for sale by owner script. Are you cool with that? And he's going to go, of course, I don't care. You practice whatever script you want, right? Well, now when it's Steve's turn to go, he's going to go, hey, I still need to practice the Ford script. Cool, go. Like, I'm here to help you. You're here to help me. So if you really want to work on the for sale by owner scripts, show up tomorrow with a couple of them that you want to practice. And then when it's time to lead generate, let's go call some of the for sale by owners, right? And here's one thing I'll disagree with Cody on just a little bit, right? If we're all powwowing together and you're making phone calls, right? I probably don't want all of you calling the same for sale by owner right at the same time. But if they get 6 calls in a row from my Keller Williams agents going, hey, this is Cody. Hey, this is Austin. Hey, this is Steve. Hey, this is Natalie. I'm calling to see about getting an appointment with you about your for sale by owner, right? They're gonna have an aha moment. The only people calling them are agents, right? So they're gonna start realizing, ain't nobody calling you to buy your house for sale by owner with your teeny tiny little sign and your one Zillow ad. It's all agents calling you because they want to come look at your house and see if they can help list it. So how can we bring value, right? So I'll give you a funny reaction to that objection you're going to hear, right? So Chris, I'm going to call you real fast. Are you ready?
Yep.
And what I want you to preface with is, man, you're like the 5th agent to call me today. Cool. All right. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Chris, this is Anthony Nisa with Keller Williams. I was calling to get some information about your house that you have for sale by owner on Main Street.
Oh no, is this another agent?
Yeah, man, I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams.
Yeah, we're selling it ourselves right now. But yeah, I don't think we're interested in having a realtor at this time. We're trying to do it on our own right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely understand. Hey, 2 questions for you. One, when I called, you said, "Oh no, is this another real estate agent?" That you getting a lot of agent calls?
Yes, it's driving me up the wall.
I totally understand. How many agent calls have you had today?
I think you're the 3rd one today.
That's really sad. That means only 3 of us are working. Like, I feel bad for our other agents. I'm proud of those 3. So 2 plus me, we're doing good, right? So I'm gonna downplay it a little. End script for a second. I'm gonna downplay it a little bit. So let me ask you this, Chris, right? If you're getting frustrated with all the agent calls, would you be willing to let me come look at it, right? Just to look at your home I could fill in the blank of, like, I want to look at it for buyers, whatever, that I can go in a lot of different directions on that script. But when I get in front of Chris, that's a pain point for him, right? People react to pain or pleasure, but they run away from pain faster than they're going to run towards pleasure. So I'm going to bring that pain point up when I'm talking to Chris on my appointment. Hey, man, you said you're really tired of getting all these agent calls. I can understand that. Let me ask this question. How many non-agent calls are you getting about the property?
Well, not any yet.
Okay. How long have you had it for sale by owner by yourself?
It's been on the market for 2 weeks.
Okay. So no showings, no appointments, nobody besides the agent calling you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, just you guys.
Okay. So in our world, let me tell you what that means, Chris. That means something's off about the property, right? There's only 4 areas that sell property. Okay. Location, condition, price, and marketing. Well, your location's great. The condition's great. It's a beautiful home. So now we're down to price and marketing. Marketing, where are you besides on Zillow?
Well, I got it on Craigslist as well.
All right, so you're on 2 sites. Okay, cool. I'm gonna be able to beat that by about 498. Right? And then we can get into the price conversation, right? So we can go in a bunch of different directions after that. And the reason I say there's a bunch of different directions is because there's a million different script directions I can go based on what objections he's throwing at me. But I'm going to make sure I come back to that pain thing of, hey, you know, the easiest way to stop getting agent calls? Decide to work with the right one and let me get your house sold. Now I'm going to get all the calls from agents scheduling appointments. So if I could sit down with you, Chris, and show you how I could put more money in your pocket at the end of the day, and you still use an agent, I get you out on 500 websites instead of 2, and you stop having to answer the call all day long from agents calling you about it, would that be of something of interest to you?
Yeah, I mean, if I get my bottom line, it's
Awesome.
really about that,
Let's sit down and talk about what that bottom number is. And if I can be of value to you, awesome. If not, no worries. So now I can have a conversation. Now we're talking about price, because what's the bottom line with most for sale by owners? Price.
Right.
So now we can talk about the value. Now we can talk about the CMA, right? Bringing that in, Steve, circling back to it, right? So now I need to be comfortable around that CMA to be able to show them what that price is. Cool? So you got to practice the scripts, okay? What else? Where else are we lacking? What else do we
The
need?
script deal, everything's geared toward getting that appointment, getting in the door, right?
Yes. 70%, right? So that, Cody, don't run away because I want you to hear this. I stopped him. Yes, take your phone. 70% of people are going to work with the first person they meet, but it's something stupid like 85 or 90% are going to work with one of the first 2 people they meet.
Wow.
So let me ask you this question. If you guys start thinking like a team instead of 9 or 10 individual agents, and you start thinking like a team and leveraging the fact that you have 30 team members, if Cody calls the guy first and doesn't get in the door, and Chris calls the guy second and does get in the door, that's awesome. Cody helped Chris get a yes. Well, now as Chris is calling people and Cody calls afterwards and Cody gets in the door, he's the second person in the door. He's the first person in the door. Chris's activity helped Cody get a yes. Like if it's me and I'm running this team, and I am, like I want you guys to understand, if I get Austin an appointment and he's the first through the door and he doesn't get it, and Cody's the second person through the door and he does get it, that's a win for everybody. Because guess what? We're going to see what Cody said differently than Austin did. That's going to help Austin get better for the next appointment he has. And now the next time Austin's through the door, Austin gets the deal signed. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Stop trying to do this on your own. Right? You're not by yourself. Use each other. Use each other for script practice. Use each other for numbers. Use each other for, hey, how would you say this? Or, hey, I talked to these people on Dunson Place in Ponchatoula last week. Right? So I did this with Cody. Cody had called that, right? He's smiling, right? What? You're muted. Don't yell at me when you're muted. What do you want?
Why are you talking to all my guys, man?
That's what I'm saying, right? So I did this to Cody, right? Saturday morning, 7:30. I'm babysitting a roofing crew. I start calling some for sale by owners while I'm sitting in my truck. That afternoon, I go to an appointment. I'm meeting with them. The husband walks in. He's like, "Oh yeah, we actually talked to a guy out of your office. His name's Cody something." I'm like, "Cody Shaw?" They're like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good agent. He's one of my team guys." I said, "I'm glad that you talked to him because that means he's making his phone calls. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing." And then I followed up with Cody afterwards saying, "Hey, I just had an appointment with one of your people that you called." And he's like, "Well, how'd you get in the door?" So we were able to have a coaching call around what I did differently than what he did. So I got in the living room and he just got on the phone. Does that make sense? All right. So what I have, just going back in time here, I've got a Facebook ads video. I've got the CMA video. I've got a seller net sheet video. We're gonna work on some group sessions for calling, for sale by owners, expireds, whatever, right? We got to work on our listing presentation, and we got to work on our script practice. These are all things for us to be really focused on in February to make sure we're taking us to the next level. Is there anything else that we need? Any other gaps that you guys have that I can be of service to?
I missed the beginning. Can you just tell me what you talked about for lead generation? Was there anything other than the for sale by owners that I missed this earlier?
Sure. So we were just kind of talking about there's different areas that you can focus on. So Cody is really big into the for sale by owners right now. So we were kind of talking about where you might find those. Expireds are another area where a lot of people will spend a lot of time. Don't forget and don't neglect your sphere, because obviously your sphere is always people that we're talking about. What we're kind of just brainstorming about, Jessica, is with our contest for Loving on Listings for February, our goal is to get listings. So where are we going to reach out to people, in what areas, and how are we going to do that? That's what we were talking about lead gen wise.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks. Yes.
No worries. I did verify too, David Dirks is in the lead. He's the only one with a listing so far in February. So we got one. We need 29 more. So my question is, anybody that's on this call, does anybody here not want to get a listing in February? No? Okay, good. I'd be terribly shocked and sad if that was the case, right? So let's talk about, I've talked about this before on some group calls, but I think it's important to understand. If there's a gap between where you are and where you want to go, right? So there's a gap. I want a listing in February. I don't have a listing in February. I got to bridge that gap somehow. So that gap is coming from a few different things, right? The first one that it could be coming from is your mindset. So if you don't think that you can get a listing, you're not going to get one, right? So you got to fix that mindset. I don't think I can get a listing because I'm not comfortable with my scripts, or I can't get a listing because I've never done a listing presentation and I'm not comfortable doing. I can't get a listing because I'm brand new. I'm only 14 days in, right? There's no reason that someone would list with me instead of somebody else. You got to get that nonsense garbage out. Okay, we got to start there. The second area, Rhonda, I have a FSBO preview appointment tomorrow, going in with the expectation of getting a listing. Go ahead, girl. Where do I find the listing presentation? Call me, like Rhonda, text, give me your number and I'll call you when we're done. So the second area, mindset's one. Second one, if you're not writing these down, write these down. These are important. If there's a gap, it's always this. Mindset one, skill set two. Mindset one, skill set two. If you have a gap and it's not like, I have a positive attitude, I got it, I'm ready to go. The second area that your gap is probably in your skill set. So if you're not comfortable doing a listing presentation, it's probably because you haven't practiced the skill. If you're not comfortable having the conversation, you probably haven't practiced the conversation. You haven't practiced the script enough. If I'm not comfortable with a CMA, I probably haven't done the skill enough, right? So mindset 1, skill set 2, third one is your actions. You're just not doing it, right? I have a positive attitude. I've practiced my listing presentation. I've sold my, right? So I'm picking on Cody again. I've sold my girlfriend 42 houses. She's bought every listing presentation I've done, right? Super great. But I've never called another human who might actually want to do business with me. So I was picking on Rita yesterday, like when we were doing our Ignite stuff. I saw her talking to Natalie. I sent her a text message, right? And I sent her the message that said, Natalie's not going to buy from you, right? We can get really comfortable talking to each other and never get on the phone and call somebody who would actually want to list a house with us. So it's those 3 things: mindset, skill set, and actions. So my challenge to you guys is this: for the next 26 days, can we fix the mindset to where you're comfortable, you're ready, you're hunger, I want a listing, I'm going to get a listing, no agent left behind, right? If let's say perfect scenario, right? We've all got a listing going except for Chris. Like, I want everybody then focused on how do we get Chris a listing, right? And if Chris isn't comfortable having scripts, I want every person on this team to call Chris and be like, bro, we're doing a script. We're doing it right now. Let's go. We're going to get Chris so comfortable that he's going to be a script master, right? And if it's because Chris won't do the action, he won't call anybody. Like, I want somebody to love Chris enough to go, bro, I'm not leaving until you sit here and make some calls with me. Let's go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? We got to build this together, guys. We're all new, right? We all have our issues. We all have our frustrations. We all have the nervousness that Cody was talking about. Some of us are going to be better equipped to just get over that nervousness and make the call. Others of us are going to be nervous and not be willing to make that call because we're so terrified of it. Well, let's love each other enough to go, hey, Steve, like, I know you really seemed uncomfortable making those calls. Like, come talk to me. Like, how can I help you? I'll practice with you, buddy. I got you. Okay. All right. Anything else that I have for marching orders that you need from me to get us better, to be better equipped to go get some listings? Yes, no, maybe.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Steve's good. Everybody else, issues? Good?
Good for this at this moment.
All right. All right, Val. I appreciate you. Steve, I love you. I like picking on you. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this thing. Get back, if you have the ability, get back on the group coaching. I'm gonna do at least one a week. 3:30, 30 minutes. I'm gonna go through the listing presentation, right, of what it might look like in the beginning when you go to sit down with somebody. Okay? 3:30, jump on the Zoom. I'll see most of you then, hopefully. Talk to you later.
Today, that's today?
That's today, yes.
Got it.
All right, buddy. Talk to you
See
soon.
you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. What?
Nothing.